Welcome to the podcast of School Beyond Limitations. In this podcast, you will learn how to guide your child through their school life with the intention to help them find their unique essence that will allow your daughter, your son to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. What is wrong with the educational system? My name is Dr. Martina. I'm the co-founder, CEO, and developer of the school model of School Beyond Limitations. If you would like your child to live a fulfilled and meaningful life, then this may be the channel for you. What is wrong with the school system? What is wrong with the traditional system? I will never forget all the admission interviews and conversations that I have with lots of our students when they come and join us and say, I just feel numb. I just don't like school. I actually hate school. And when I ask them, why do they hate school? Then they tell me, I hate school because I can't follow my interests. I have to do whatever the teacher tells me to do. So there's a strict plan in place, whether I'm interested in this or not, I need to do this. And I don't see the value in that. Then second thing is that there is no space for their own well-being. There's no space for talking about who they are, for talking about their emotions. Instead of that, they feel pressurized a lot because they need to undergo tests constantly. And that actually distances them from themselves. That allows them to not see who they really are. So they basically get lost in this jungle of content, in the jungle of what is needed and what the expectations are and the pressure. And on top of that, there is this kind of competition with others. And I have already said that a number of times. When there's competition, if it's a healthy competition that is based on, give the best from yourself, go for it, go for a goal that is meaningful for you, then the competition is great. If I know where to go, then it's different. So it's all of that, what's happening, and it's getting, worse and worse. And our students in our times, in today's society, they are woken up. They don't want to go with this system anymore. They really feel this is not anymore meaningful for them. So we always have new students joining us who tell us, as I said at the beginning, stories like this. And now I just think of one of our students who was in a similar situation when they joined us and completely lost, completely, when we had our first conversation, actually, she was opening up already because she realized that there was a different kind of energy, a different kind of understanding, a different kind of connecting with the other person. So there was, in this case, me, who was really wholeheartedly interested in what this person had to share. And already in that specific moment, the student opened up more and more, and we had a conversation for nearly 1 hour, which was so interesting and so varied and so inspiring, not only for the student, but also for myself, that at the end of this session, at the end of this conversation, the first thing that this student said to her parents, I want to join School Beyond Limitations because for the first time, I feel to be seen. And I'm talking about a student who really struggled a lot in the traditional system. So of course, when joining School Beyond Limitations, not everything was perfect straight away. We underwent some hurdles also here, but the student realized, oh, there is a space for me. I'm listened to. I can be myself. People actually ask me all the time for their feedback. They ask me all the time, or they observe me in such a way that they understand where my talents are. And in this specific case, the student started writing out of her soul in such a way that her facilitators were just taken aback. So what is the traditional school lacking? It's lacking time for connection with the student. So understanding that the student is a human being, and we need to first understand who is in front of me, and understand that this student has a particular personality and particular interests and talents, and then helping the student bring these talents into the world. So if we don't have time and we are caught in a curriculum that is rigid, we can't do it. We can't do it. And another thing that traditional school is lacking is actually, because of this, approach of doing tests all the time, of adhering to the status quo, of pressurizing and pushing towards writing tests, content that may be even outdated or not critically thought about. Students really become numb and they don't see the value about it anymore. And then those students who are very sensitive, those students who really aim for something different and are sensible and sensitive, as I said before, they will not come along anymore. And very often it's students who are extremely intelligent, students who bring specific talents to the surface, or would bring talents to the surface, that they can't because there's no time, there's just competition. And of course, as I said before, between the students, there starts to come in a dynamic that is not healthy, a dynamic based on competition and on bullying, on comparing oneself with others. And this is what we do at School Beyond Limitations. We actually create first and build the relationship. And I said it already a number of times. Give the student time, build relationships with them so that they feel seen, and then soon, maybe sometimes it takes a little longer, they feel again connected with themselves. They start understanding and appreciating who they are. And you can imagine what that means. That means that they actually start acknowledging the beauty of themselves. And if I start acknowledging the beauty of myself, which is not comparable to anybody else, never, ever. And I realize that what I hold within, and if I'm ready to take it out and to actually express it to the outer world, and I'm ready to work on that in a specific way so that I can bring a contribution to society, then there is meaning. And this makes the difference. So this is what we are doing at School Beyond Limitations. And this is why, in this case, also this student just became aware of the beauty of herself and is now, in comparison, if we want to use that word, to a friend of hers who did not join SBL and School Beyond Limitations, in a healthy space where she doesn't need any medication, where she doesn't need any therapy, where she just sees that she's seen as she is, whilst her friend is in a very dark place, where we invest then money in therapies, money in a clinic and in whatever. And this is what we think at SPL can be avoided if we just create the environment together with the parents and the student that allows the student to be themselves and then to be nurtured accordingly. So if you think this resonates with you, then please reach out to us. You find the website in the description.
At School Beyond Limitations, we support our students find their unique essence
Feel free to share the content of this podcast with other parents. We are here to show that your children can, indeed, bring their unique essence into life. So, reach out to us if you think that this is what you'd like your daughter, your son to experience, or apply through our website. Also, leave your comments, your questions, or your review about the podcast. Share it with others. And, as you know, sharing is caring.